Hi everyone, Gareth Beacom from CAFRE here. I'm speaking today from County Fermanagh, where like the rest of the country we're experiencing quite a late spring. But despite this, ground conditions are good and we've still seen a reasonable number of livestock turned out to grass over the last few weeks. The livestock farms like these actually play a vital role in helping us to reduce our carbon footprint here in Northern Ireland. Not only does the permanent pasture, hedges and trees such as what we see here help to capture and store carbon, but farmers are also uptaking a lot of new technologies to help minimise their environmental impact. In this short presentation, I've outlined a little bit about how they do this. So to understand how this works, first we'll look at carbon sequestration. Carbon sequestration is a process involved in carbon capture and the long-term storage of atmospheric carbon dioxide. CO2 is captured from the atmosphere by photosynthesis. It then moves through the natural processes in the carbon cycle and can be stored in soils, trees, hedges and wood products. Research has found that permanent pasture in the form of a standard ryegrass sward has the ability to store between 0.6 and 1.2 tonnes of carbon per hectare per year. This means that grassland has a vital role to play in carbon sequestration. As well as the permanent pasture, the hedges and trees in and around fields also play a big role in carbon sequestration. These help store carbon in a twofold approach. Not only do they store carbon in the wood and biomass above ground, but they also contain biomass underground, as well as protecting the soil underneath them to allow it to do its sequestration work also. Another more novel approach being utilised by some farmers is agroforestry. Agroforestry has been an option in the environmental farming scheme since 2017, and it combines both tree and livestock production. So not only is the land used to produce both meat and timber, but it also creates a wide range of environmental benefits, including increased carbon storage. Research carried out by AFBI in Loughgall has demonstrated that agroforestry has the potential to store over 3 tonnes of carbon per hectare per year in the wood biomass alone, as well as storing a high amount of carbon in the soil also. So this is an excellent example of how agriculture and tree production can work hand in hand together to improve carbon sequestration, as well as providing many other environmental benefits. As well as sequestrating carbon, farmers are also responsible for some atmospheric carbon emissions. In the chart, you can see where the main sources of carbon emissions in Northern Ireland agriculture come from. Farmers are constantly being encouraged to uptake new technologies which will not only minimise their greenhouse gas emissions, but also improve their farm efficiency and overall profitability. Lower emission slurry spreading equipment is now widely used across Northern Ireland farms. It has the ability not only to reduce farms' greenhouse gas emissions, but also to utilise the nutrients from the slurry more efficiently. Research has shown that up to 80% of nitrogen can be lost from slurry spread using an inverted splash plate. Using low emission slurry spreading equipment can reduce this loss by between 30 to 70% depending on the method used. This will maximise grass growth and lower chemical fertiliser input, hence reducing the farm's overall carbon footprint. Soil sampling and using a nutrient management plan is also a technology used regularly by farmers to assess their soil's nutrient requirements. Information obtained from this will allow farmers to select the most appropriate type of fertiliser for their soil and address any other fertility issues. Research has shown that by keeping soil at an optimum pH level, you will significantly reduce the amount of greenhouse gas emissions released from the soil when fertiliser is applied. As well as this, keeping nutrient management plans and improving soil fertility will optimise grass growth, which is the cheapest and most environmentally friendly feed for ruminant animals. Another way to improve grass growth and utilisation is by setting up a paddock or rotational grazing system. This helps to ensure that the farmers are getting the most out of their grass and maximise the number of days of grass for animals. This will help reduce the farmers' reliance on supplementary protein and imported concentrates and ensure animals are finished in the most efficient, environmentally friendly way as possible. These technologies, as well as many more, are being widely utilised across Northern Ireland farms as farmers strive to produce food in an efficient and sustainable manner. As part of the ABP Angus Youth Challenge, the Oma Academy team are exploring the opportunity to develop a low-carbon Angus beef brand for Northern Ireland. Follow them on Facebook as they share their experiences and research on the topic. And if you'd like to find out any more about any of the technologies mentioned in this presentation, please visit the CAFRE website, www.cafre.ac.uk. Thank you.